Carson Wentz, when he signed in Kansas City, he knew he was signed to pretty much only start one game, and that would be this game, this Week 18 game. And there you go. He's going to get the nod, the starting guy this week. But report came out that Carson Wentz will probably not finish this game. This is Pete Schrager said that Chris Oladaquan, everyone's preseason favorite in the late of those games, it will begin some playing time in this game, which is kind of cool to see, our QB3 get in some reps. And I'm curious what you think of the fact they might not even let Carson Wentz play the entirety of the game, considering this is probably why he signed in general, is to showcase his talents with the Chiefs at least one game of the year. And also, too, Carson Wentz played one game, started the last game of the year last year, which is a must-win for the Rams, where they beat the 49ers 21-20 to clinch the 6th spot in the playoffs. In that game, Carson Wentz, 17 of 24, 163 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and 17 carries on the ground and 56 yards rushing with 1 touchdown on the ground. So Carson Wentz came to play last year when he came in this spot. Obviously, we don't need him to do anything this week because, we're just, already locked in our spot. But what do you make of Carson Wentz potentially not playing the entirety of this game, and why do you think they're doing that? And also, too, what should we expect from Chris Oladaquan or Carson Wentz on Sunday?
Oladaquan, Oladuke, what I call him. It's probably just, precaution of thinking if something did happen to Pat, we don't need Carson getting hurt, especially in this game where he could play finishing up in the playoffs, just in case, right? That scenario, worst case scenario, is what we do, as opposed to having, Oladaquan, be the guy. But I would seriously think about Carson doing 3 quarters, at least 2. I'm sorry, that's me. That's me. So they're gonna do what they want to do. But if you want to beat this team, and I think guys want to beat this team, like I said, we're not Lambs going out for a slaughter. That's not what this thing is. Okay. Like I said before, in the NFL, you want to win every single game. So regardless if you feel like you have nothing to lose or not, those guys that are playing have a lot to lose. They absolutely do. So, like I said, man, this is a job interview, Marcus, for other teams, 31 other teams out there, for guys that may be on the bubble, not get on the bubble, not being resigned. All those things do matter. But I'd have at least, like I said, Carson play at least 3 quarters. And as much as you can, take it to him, run your offense, run the things that you need to run. Steele, Perine is going to be the 2 guys. Obviously, there's going to be toting the ball more than anything else. But I think that's probably their reasoning. That they're just being cautious. That's all it would be. That's the only thing I could think of. Other than that, it doesn't make any sense. But if there was some scenario that something happened to Patrick, he had to go out for a series or 2, or had to finish a game, and Carson Wentz had to finish, they want to make sure the right guy's there for the job to do it. So Kevin Morris, Wentz is a good QB. Good seeing you, Kevin. Yes, he is. He is a good QB. He is. I think a lot of guys respect him too. They understand who Carson Wentz is. They watched him. They watched his career. They watched that. So, big, strong guy, throw the football all around.
Athletic too. Athletic guy.
Athletic. So,
yeah. I'm curious to see. I think it's interesting to see not only the Carson Wentz aspect as well. I'm seeing a comment here from Michael Donegan. Many decisions for 2025 going to be made from this game, because you're going to see, some of these depth pieces may have a prominent role next year. Whereas, some guys may not return. You might see more of some of these guys that maybe a lot of us haven't heard much from or seen much from as far as game playing.
Oh, yeah.
We might see a lot. I mean, JD, for guys when it comes to this Week 18 games, when it is a position where you're resting a lot of guys, you're seeing some dudes who didn't really get many reps during the season, but now like the Josh Uches of the world, a guy like that who's barely played. Yeah. He comes in, he make it a full game to showcase himself in Kansas City. We've seen him what he did in New England, but may get see him do some stuff. Malik Herring may get more reps than usual. Like those types of guys. How big of a game is it for those types of guys who haven't really gotten many reps all year, and they may be showcasing themselves for Kansas City next year or potential other teams?
It's huge. It's huge, because the thing is, if you're not really getting that much playing time right now, you want to make a coach wrong. if you will. You want to say, hey, man, you put your money on this guy, but maybe I should have been a pony you should have been putting the money on. And so that's what they want to be able to do. They want to show that they have the talent to play in the NFL. This is very important for those guys. I would say O-line, D-line, and DB is what's going to be those three positions you're going to be looking for. Guys to kind of step up who haven't got that much playing time. So, if it's your chance to shine and come out here and do this, hey, by all means, fine. I think everything else is kind of sewn up in certain positions. But to prove it, yeah, O-line, D-line, like you said, and then, of course, secondary, DBs. So, they got a tough task back there. As far as the young DBs getting out there to come play, I'm sure they're going to give them some, like, look, we're going to give you a look. We'll let you see what you can do. So Trent McDuffie will probably have a seat, sit him down. They could probably do it with Justin Reed as well. Tamari Khan is probably coming back this week to come play. They let him play. Hicks is going to probably get in there and show what he can do. So it's going to be some guys. You said it, Uche is another guy. Hey.
You guys don't have Underdog yet, click the link in the description, and all you got to do is deposit. I have $1 here. That's another typo. I need to fix my typos, guys. $10. Must at least deposit $10 for first-time users, and you get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. And these are the picks that we like for the week. We kind of just talked about it. Jaleel McClellan, 3 out of 4 games, he's hit this number. Tasia said 7 of the last 8 games, Bo Nix has exceeded 2 touchdowns passing, Tasia?
Yep.
Marvin Mims, over 3.5 receiving yards, done that 5 of the last 6 games. And Cortland Sutton, he needs 82 receiving yards this week for his $500,000 incentive. And so, yeah, those are picks. Those are picks for the Underdog entry this week.
What can I show? So it didn't work here for the Chiefs, right? And we talked about this. Guys is on 1-year deals and stuff like that. Man, this is a job interview. It is a job interview. It is that serious. It is that serious. If somebody's sitting there saying you have an opportunity to show what you can do and who you are, and you didn't take advantage of it, well, who's going to say that you're going to do it for us and our team? So,
is there anybody in particular that you're curious in seeing get some more snaps on Sundays? Is there anybody any players you want to see a little bit more of than that, or you haven't really seen much of? I know we've talked about Steven Nelson and Josh Uche, but is there anybody that we've had on the team all year long that we just haven't seen enough of?
No, I mean Nelson is a guy that I want to see him come out there. Uche is another guy that I like to see. A guy that I'm actually excited about seeing. Really, it's Samjay Perine. I hope they hand the ball off to him a lot. I really do. He's been kind of like a quiet hero for me, because when you see him in these games, and that's who he's been when he was up there at Cincinnati, the same kind of guy. Johnny on the spot, knows what to do, get the yards when you need him. He makes plays when you ask him to make plays. And so I would like a guy like him, Sanjay Perine, to get as many looks as possible. Give him the football, let him go to work. Okay? Let him go to work. So
against a former team that cut him too, that actually is kind of poetic, right? The last game of the season, he gets pretty much a full load between him and Carson Steele, but he gets to tear up and potentially eliminate the team that cut him at the last week of the preseason. And NFL, it's a business, but it also is personal sometimes.
Yeah. So I seen I don't know if it was Wichita Hall. Somebody said earlier that is Keem Suma going to play. So Suma Ate, he'll get a rotation in. We'll get to see. I would expect him to be in there. GP, watch for your go. Yes, I'll be excited. I would. Man. Like, man, they'll call it. Let's go ahead and call it right now. G pick.
You tell a guy, you have a chance to play your ass off to eliminate the team that just cut you in the same year. Mm-hmm. That guy's gonna go hard as heck to make sure he does whatever he can to eliminate that team from playoff contention.
Absolutely, 100%, man. So, yeah. So those are the guys. Nelson is another guy since he got here. Is he ready to go? Is he ready to play? Love to see him. Love to see if he's back where he needs to be. Okay, in shape to come and play, because I think he'll help us a lot defensively in the playoffs. We need a veteran presence, man. We need him out there. So,
yeah, we'd love to also see my guy Hunter Norzad get some reps. We haven't seen him at all. I think he does feel on the PAT team, but love to see him see if he gets some reps and see how he looks. Because I mean, there's potential of him potentially, being a guard for the future for us. So maybe he becomes the next Mike Caliendo. Who knows?
That's true. That's true. I think Norzad trying to become a starter though, man. Marcus.
When I see the next Mike Caliendo, I'm saying like as right now, right? Because everyone's talking about how great Mike Caliendo looks at left guard. It's like, oh man, like maybe we can have that kind of guy be our right guard if we don't pay Trey Smith. Well, Norzad is the time to show he can be a guard where they can put him at the right guard if they decide not to pay Trey Smith.
What was Norzad? What pick was he?
He was a 4th round pick, I believe.
4th round pick?
I think so.
You take a chance on a guy, man, in that round. You expect him to be, part of what you do.
Yeah, you'd think. Yes, he was a 5th round pick, fifth round.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and he played a guard, played center, so he's kind of done a little bit of all, and that's kind of the same kind of thing with what they got with Allegretti, and Caliendo's kind of filled in all over the place too. So that's obviously they like the Swiss Army knife kind of O lineman build.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Kevin Marsh said it's a job interview for all. It is. Everybody getting a job interview. So games like this could get you paid. Put it that way. The team's like, hey man, he's shown what he can do. We'll take a chance on him.
When we had the bye in 03, JD, did you how much did you play in that last game of the season?
I played. When did I go out? Man, I'm not even sure. I think I went out maybe right at the half, a little after the half. So, yeah, that's. I think that's what it ended up falling out. The thing is, carrying tight ends, you don't carry a whole lot of tight ends on the. I think at the time it was me, Tony. I think Billy. Was K Dub here at the time? I think K Dub was here. Chris Wilson. But I remember, I think, me and Tony kind of started the game off, and then we just, y'all have a seat after a while. Those guys just finished it out. So,
yeah, man, they played. I mean, Todd Collins got 3 for 3 at the end of the game. It was kind of a blowout. Man, yeah. Whew. Bears went to 3 quarterbacks in that game. Chris Chandler, 6 of 17, Cordell Stewart, and Rex Grossman. They had 3 QBs that game. Man. Yikes. Yeah. Oh well. All right, JD. We got a comment here. JD, don't remember
11 years ago. You don't know 11 days ago. I do remember. I tell you, man, one thing. My cousin was showing me some film. He never saw me. He was like, JD, I didn't know you was such a dog like that up in Philly. And so we was watching when I was down in Huntsville. He brought up my game film from Philly, like a little highlight somebody put together. I was like, oh yeah, man. He said, man, you remember this? I said, I remember every single play that you're showing me, every single game, how it went, how I operated. I remember all of that. So some games, of course, are better than others, but things that I wasn't out there doing, yeah, I can remember that.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's great.
Do you think they will play DJ Humphries? He said if he feels like he can, it feels well, sure, absolutely. So I think DJ Humphries probably will want it himself, right? You want some fire.
Yep. In the same breath, we talk about Steven Nelson. I mean, DJ Humphries only played a little bit of that game. I mean, he's still fresh off the injury.
Right. Yeah. Was that the game you went out on?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay.
That Chargers game, he played his first game, then got hurt midway through that game, and we haven't seen him since. So, yeah, he and Steven Nelson still need some burn.
Oh yeah. Neff says, I remember.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I know you remember. Word.
There you go.
JD, you a dog. Appreciate you, Michael. Appreciate you, man.
Hi, everybody.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.